Hey everybody, it is Wave697, and this is the story of my Rizz, part 2. So, in the first part, I talked about this one girl, red hair and blue eyes, right, pretty and all that, with good personality, but my Rizz got me rejected. So, about 5 months, 8 months passed by, right, and there was this other girl. Now, I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to publicize no one, especially in this case, but let's just say she had brown eyes and brunette hair. I can't talk brunette hair. And I tell you what, she was pretty. And she had a decent personality. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna ask her. Now this time I had a little bit more brain cells, so I didn't just go straight up and ask her. I strategized, right? So I sent her a Gmail, and the Gmail said, "Someone, you want to be friends?" And basically, I knew she would never check her Gmail. So what I did, in my head, I was thinking, I'm just gonna give her a letter on her desk that says, "Check your Gmail," right? And basically, I didn't know where her desk was, so I asked my wingman, best wingman of all time, to help me know where it was, right? And I just remember I walked in there, right, and there, she wasn't in the room. So I asked, "Do you know where her desk is?" And then he says, "It's over there, where the red cup is." And then I walk up. I don't know how I messed this up. I put it on the wrong table. And then I remember, man, I walked to the brain. I was like, "Did she get it?" And then he said, "Man, you put it on the wrong desk." But luckily, there's no one sitting there. But eventually, he told her, right? And I was sitting at lunch, and then I hear her voice say, "Luke." I turn around, and then now I didn't hear it the first 3 times, and then eventually it's like, "Luke." And then I said, "Yeah." And then she said, "Yes." It's kind of awkward though, because she said, "I don't like," but it's kind of awkward though, because she done like said my name like 3 times. I didn't even hear. But a little bit of time came by, and in fifth period, there's a little bit of time where I could talk to her in the door. So we started talking more and more, right? And slowly we started to bond a little bit more and more. And eventually came down to the point where he walked in and said, she had this saying, right? She said, "Luke, it's for you," and then walked off awkwardly, kind of in a nervous way. And then it was a heart, right? So I went home. I saved it, by the way, and I wrote on it, "You too," and I gave it to her the next day. I can't really explain it. You'd have to be there, but it was. She made a very happy noise, right? And I remember, right, over time. That's when I was thinking it's time to ask her, because I was thinking in my brain, she likes me. She's shown all the signs. She just gave me a heart. I'm about to ask her. So I asked my wingman to help me get some confidence, right? And I just asked him, tell me a day to do it, and I had to do it on that day. And I want to do it before I think the spring break, right? And basically, he said next Thursday. So the next Thursday came, the night before, in the morning. I was so nervous and ridiculous. I about pooped myself. But we were walking in there, man. I put on my red flannel, not the blue one that I showed you last time, the red one, with blue jeans. And I'll tell you what, my peppermints, 3 of them, and I was prepared. We walked in there, and a little bit of time went by, and then eventually I got to the door, right? And basically, she walked in, and I said her name. I'm not going to say it, but can I talk to you real quick? And then she said, yeah. And then I said, now these are my exact words. A little bit later, and before I said these words, Brandon walked in and said, "I'm here, man." But then these are exact words I said. I said her name. "I really like you. I thank you for the rest." Now I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna lie. That's some elegance right there. I mean, that's not really a good thing when you're so nervous that uh, you can't even like ask her. You gotta like have her infer the rest. But she knew what I asked, and then she said, "Can I think about it?" And I said, "Sure." Well, I didn't say like sure. I meant like yes, of course you can. What am I supposed to say? No. But I said yes, and then she didn't say nothing on Friday. But the weekend passed, and it was Monday. I was holding the door, and then eventually she walks up to me and she says, "Luke, can I tell you the answer to that question?" So she didn't say it like that, but she said it's. That's basically the meaning of it, right? And I said, "Yeah." And then she said, "Luke." She didn't. She said something on the lines of, "I don't think we're ready for a relationship yet," right? And I was a little heartbroken, but I was like, well, she said yeah, it doesn't mean forever. So, you know what I'm saying? She didn't say no. So I was thinking, well, I just kept doing the same thing, right? And eventually, I came to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write her a love letter, right? Now, the way I got to the way I got this love letter to her was the cheesiest way in the history of forever, right? I got my wingman, and I told him this exactly. Don't say a word. Well, I didn't like demand until I said, "Hey, Brandon, can you give her this note?" And then he said, "Yeah." And then I said, "Wait, hold up." I asked her like this. Then give her the note. I said, "Don't say a word. Just walk by and slip on her desk and walk off." Right. Now this is when I realized that I don't think me and her's gonna work out because I asked, "So how did it go?" And then he walked back and he said, "Well, she was reading it in front of all her friends and laughing about it." And I was thinking, and then he said, "You can't do him like that now." And I was thinking, well, maybe she doesn't like me. But after that, right? She told me she got it right. A little bit of time went by, right? I don't know. Maybe this is the closest I've ever been because her friends started telling me really mean stories that weren't true about her, trying to make me just stop talking to her. And I tell you what, if you're friends with somebody and you tell like false rumors about people, trying to make somebody stop talking to them, that's just diabolical, man. That's not right. But I'm not gonna say what's right, wrong. That's not well. Anyway, uh, it's just rumor after rumor about her and why I shouldn't be, going after her. Now some of them were legit, like people actually looking out for me, and some of them were her friends trying to make me go away because they didn't like me. But a little bit of time went by, and I remember I walked by and I heard her talking to her friends, and then she said, "Yeah, I've been dating." I don't know the name she said, but I heard I've been dating this guy for like 2 weeks, and my heart was broken. I was like, no. She really didn't like me. So I came in the cafeteria and I remember I was really sad. But I thought, well, I, I'm still friends with her. There's no going back now. So I kept doing the same thing. And, well, my friend Braden said at some point, there's this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but let's say he had the same name as her. Not last name, first name. But basically, right? He said, I think she likes him, man. It's alright though. You can get somebody else, something like that. And he didn't say it like that though. But I didn't believe it because I was thinking that's an eighth grader, that's a seventh grader, and I was thinking he better not because I was worried that like the second he got to high school, he was gonna dump her. But a little bit of time went by, and then eventually it was the last day of school, and I was walking to throw something away, and I saw her with that guy that Brayden was talking about. My fault for saying the name, my wingman. But he says, "Hey, Luke, is it true that you had a crush on her?" I tell you what, this made me so stinking mad at the time because I was thinking, girl, I love trying the best for you, and you don't. He doesn't even know that there is a thing between me and you, and I understand why you wouldn't tell him. And but I just remember I was so mad, and I said, "You know what, man? You're gonna have to ask her about it." Because, well, I just didn't figure telling the story, right? And I walked off. Now I kind of regret that though, because uh, that was not really a nice way to do it. But I remember I got off, I was on there and we rode the same bus. She was on the bus though, and I told him, man, just treat her right, bro. Because he was an eighth grader, she was a seventh grader, and I was thinking in my head, the second this guy gets to high school, he's gonna dump her, and I just really didn't want that to happen to her. I wanted the best for her, but that's the story. That's how it ended. I don't know where it's going now. I'm still technically friends with her, so gonna be pretty awkward next year. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all are still here, leave a subscribe to the channel. I'm not like forcing you to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'm just saying, man. If you want to, you can. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. See ya.